So, how was your day?
How goes the hair dye?
I'm in process right now. I'm processing.
Yeah.
I've been processing a lot. But I am really grateful that I had a pink-haired stallion help me put the blue on my tips. So,
I found it frustrating. It's hard to work on someone else's hair.
Oh, you know what? There's a little tiny bit of blue dye. Okay. Hi, people of the Facebook world. I'm here with my beloved... Oh, it's Robin! Hi, Robin. I'm here with John, and we are both in process. And I had this idea for making a video. Where's the camera? Over there?
Yes.
I had an idea for making a video. Hi, Terry. For my YouTube channel. So, first and foremost, I want to let you guys know that I have a YouTube channel. And I don't know if you guys know about this guy, but he's had a YouTube channel for a long time. And it's full of amazing life lessons and beautiful snippets of awesomeness from this beautiful, eloquent man. And he's so lovely to listen to and has such a beautiful voice. And
What nice things to say.
oh, it's true. I've been watching your channel for a long
You're
time.
supposed to say the nice things before I dye your hair so that I take my time and do a good job.
But not only are John and I both YouTubers, oh my gosh, I can't believe I am able to say that we're YouTubers, but we also are hair colorists. Hair colorists? Like, we're not professional, we don't do other people's hair, but we do our own hair. And for such a long time, John, I knew you as a guy who had most of the time pink hair, sometimes white.
Not a YouTuber?
Silver. Both a sexy ass motherfucker and pink haired man who often would also rock silver and white hair. But okay guys, forever I assumed that John had someone else color his hair. Right? We always make assumptions, and I'm like, oh, someone dyes his hair. Not until we started dating in 2017 did I find out that he colors it himself. So he would pay a hair professional because bleaching is a huge pain in the ass. And if you can't tell, John and I are both natural brunettes. So we are currently in process right now coloring our hair. But we both have naturally really dark brown hair. And we're not talking like ash brown. We're talking like chocolate, almost black brown.
Well, to be fair, mine is salt and pepper.
I was gonna say, to be fair, you've got a fair amount of salt in that pepper.
When I started doing my hair pink, it was dark brown underneath. Now it's salt
Yeah.
and pepper.
When did you first dye your hair?
Approximately 2001.
Oh my gosh, 19 years ago?
Yeah, about then.
That's
yeah.
impressive. So I think I colored my hair. I think my mom, she might be here right now. If you're here, hi Mom. My mom colored my hair a beautiful auburn shade of reddish brown when I was like 14 years old. So that'd be about 14 years ago that I first colored my natural hair color to something different. However, dyeing brown hair auburn with box dye from the grocery store is a very different thing than what's called a double process, where you bleach your dark hair blondish first and then you dye it radical, amazing, vibrant colors like neon pink, blue, turquoise, purple, green. You guys get the idea. You can't just turn brown hair green. You have to bleach it first. So this is part one of a 2-part video series that is going to be featured on my YouTube channel very soon, and maybe John will be proud enough of it to put it on his channel as well. But I told him I said, let's make some time for hair color tonight. Let's put some color on our hair. And I needed to add blue. He needed to add pink because he's the pinky and I'm the bluey.
I think you did promise certain attentions if we did our hair, but that's another.
True. That's true.
But the thing, a 2-part series is important, but really, it should be a 3-part series. By not addressing the bleaching,
Oh my gosh, right?
It's a little misleading. Like I've had people. I made a video of me just slapping dye in my hair,
right?
And especially sometimes I use a pink dye that doesn't even stain, so it's as easy as shampooing. You just like throw it in your hair and then rinse it out.
You don't have to worry about your fingers getting.
It's simple.
Yeah.
I mean, I still use gloves, but it's not. And so they're like, "Oh man, I know it was so easy. Now I want to do that." And I'm like, "Oh, well, I mean, I showed it after it was bleached. The bleaching is a huge pain."
That's a huge part of it, and if it's not, yes, okay. So the whole point I'm making this video series about coloring your hair is for those of you out there that are like, I want blue hair, I want pink hair. What's entailed in that? We often get a lot of questions from people that are like, oh, do you have to bleach it first? What about this? How often do you have to dye it? Does it get all over your sheets? Does it stain your bathtub? Does it blah, 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 blah? And I just want you all to know that, yes, the answer is yes to everything. And I don't know if you can see it, but I slapped on a little bit of makeup right before this. I touched my face while John was adding blue to my hair, and I got blue dye on my eye that is now part of my skin for at least a few days. But
my first time doing color, I put blue directly on top of my hair without bleaching. I had no idea what I was doing. I just bought a blue tube at Beauty Put. Put it in. I thought I was going to look like awesome bright blue, and then I go into the shower and I rinsed it out into my face. And then I got out of the shower and my skin was all tinted like a dim, icky blue, and my hair was just a slightly muddy, a little tint. It was like, I looked
like
terrible.
In the sunshine, you could tell that there was a blue tint on your brown hair, but no one could tell it was blue at all.
It made it flat looking, and my skin was.
You dyed your face.
Now I know you put the water towards the back. And
I use my hairdresser, Nate. I love you, Nate. He normally does my hair color and my hair bleaching, and he's a phenomenal hair colorist and hair artist. So I get to let him do it, and he does a fantastic job. And rarely do I need to say after a month or 6 weeks, sometimes the color fades and turns a weird shade. And John will say, it looks great. I don't know what you're talking about. And I'm like, but I want blue, and it's purple, and I want it to be blue. So I will touch up. I don't know if you can tell, but my roots are still very much magenta. I mean,
well, your roots are
my roots are brown, but then the next color we have here is like a pinkish color. And then down here, this is where we want the blue. My hair's getting long, so we're starting to have more color space to work with. But we've got kind of a gradient mermaid thing going on here with multiple colors. And I'm trying not to touch it too much because it is currently being dyed. And we're going to come back after we wash it out and do part 2 of this video. But I want you guys to know that I have a YouTube channel, and it's all about holistic hacks and interesting things about taking care of yourself and random stuff like, do you dare to dye your hair? But now that I've been doing my own, I don't always do my own color like you do, but sometimes I do touch up my own, but oh, Terry wants to be in our video? What happens how does that work? I don't know. Should we try it? One moment. But I think I started doing the bleaching and then the dyeing with the multiple fun colors. It was a Burning Man thing where we had the blonde going on, right? Like I had a nice big blonde streak. I was doing kind of a rogue X-Men look. Oh, okay, Terry. And I was doing this like, blonde streak here. I'll put a picture of that in the comments. You guys can see when it all started. I think it was like 2010, so at least a good 10 years ago. But I had this blonde streak, and I went to Burning Man, and I decided to add some fun color to it. And then when I got back, my hairdresser said, ooh, I like it. I want to put the blue in there for you. So I started doing blue hair, and I think I went blue, just blue, for 3 or so years straight. And I really embraced it. I was as blue as you are pink. Like I had blue clothes, I had blue jewelry on different shades of blue, but I was really embracing it. And it's my favorite colors, turquoise and blue. So it worked. But then over the years, it's I've had different shades and different hair colors, but I get people asking a lot about hair and coloring, and I'm like, you know what? For people who are interested or who might want to try having their hair a really fun, vibrant color, and they can do that. Like, I've had a lot of people say to me, if I had the balls, I would do it. And I'm like, you don't need balls to do it. You need product and an amazing hair person.
Well, it's an interesting question, and maybe that's what we should talk about that in video
in
too.
Part two.
But I mean, like, you need balls for it. That's actually a legitimate thing to say, and there are consequences to having colored hair,
right,
in different ways, whether it's professionally or socially. And one of the reasons why I have brightly colored hair is because it forces me to be kind of a little bit more active in the world. It's like a walking conversation piece. And it invites people in that are willing to deal with someone who's weird, and it repels people that are not.
Yes, it makes you a weirdo.
Yeah, which is it's letting your freak flag fly is easily done with a head full of hue.
Yep, you are wearing a freak flag on your head, and it's funny, but if you like, I just want everybody to know that for people who do color their hair, we don't do it for you. If you like it, that's awesome. And if you say, I love your hair, thank you. Like, we really appreciate the compliment, and I'm glad that it makes you smile. And when we all had to start wearing masks 9 months ago, I was actually really pleased with the fact that I was like, this is really weird. I have to wear a mask. Like, this was when it just started becoming mandatory. Now we're all used to it. But I would put my mask on, and I'd go to walk into a store, and everybody's like mute, like no one is using their words, like nobody's talking to each other. We're all kind of just like nodding. And then I'd get someone saying, oh, I love your hair. And I'd hear that from behind someone's mask. And I was like, oh, thank you. And it made me realize that even when I'm covering up my face, my hair is still pink and blue and colorful. And even if it's faded and pastel and looks weird and I think, oh, it needs to be done, it made someone else happy. It made them smile. It made them, they were like, that's cool looking. And so I was like, I still got my freak flag all up on my head.
Well, I mean, in a lot of the ways, I think, a lot of people are looking for an excuse to connect, and so,
good
and so
point.
Whether you wear something, something unusual in your attire, or even like some people wear a mask with a message on it, whether it's a political message or something silly or something fun. It's a lot of times you're just like, it's an olive branch, like, hey, connect with me, and people go, okay, cool, you're willing to be connected with. And that's why I'm saying, like, we don't do it for you, but there is an aspect of this is the art project that I'm presenting to the world, and if you respond to this art project,
like, I see you, you see me, I'm wearing my freak flag out loud and proud. And if you see me and recognize that and appreciate it or respect it, thank you for, like you don't have to say anything. But the point I'm trying to make here is it's kind of like getting tattoos, okay? The people who get the tattoos, the people who color their hair and go through this trouble on a regular basis to maintain, it's like somebody who makes their yard look really beautiful, and they're always cutting the edges and trimming the bushes and sweeping their front, sidewalk. They don't have to do that, but they do it because they like it. And maybe they want their neighborhood to like go, oh, that looks nice. But are they really doing it for somebody else? No, they're doing it because they like it. But hold on, let me finish the thought. Because here's the thing. Sometimes, at least I noticed this, maybe 10 years ago, maybe this is like a pre-Me Too movement thing, but people would come up to me and go, oh my God, I love your tattoos. And somebody would even like go, oh wow, look at that. And they would like grab my arm and touch me and be like, oh my God. Or a gentleman or, male, female, didn't matter. But people would be like, oh, what's that tattoo say? And they would literally like come up and like touch your body. And I'd be like, whoa, 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 whoa. I did not get this tattoo so that you would touch my body. I did not get this tattoo so that you would come. And some people would say like, oh, well, don't you get tattoos because you want the attention? And I'd be like, no, I get it because I like it. I like how it looks. So let us know in the comments if you think that, if you resonate with that. But the thing is, you're not going to go and get your hair bleached and dye your hair on a regular basis just because you want other people to say something about it. You do it because you like it and you like how it looks. You do it because it's your expression. So I think that, like, I'm just saying that, like, I don't give a shit if somebody says something about my hair or not. But every time I dye it again, I always get people noticing it because it's so vibrant. And now I've learned to come to expect that. But I'm recoloring it right now because I want it to be blue, not because I want someone else to say something to me about it.
Well, I have mixed feelings on that. I think that
John likes the attention.
No, it's not that I like the attention. I think that I have a differing of opinion of some of the things that you said in terms of like I know that you don't get tattoos for other people, but you do know that covering yourself with tattoos makes you stand out in the world.
If you wear no clothes, yeah.
Correct. And
if you're wearing sleeves,
that,
nobody can see
if
them.
I wear pink hair, I'm making me stand out in the world. So if I walk around with pink hair and goes, "Oh man, look at your hair," you're like, if I was like, "What the fuck you looking at?" I'd be like,
Right.
I mean, I'm participating in this transaction of attention, so
Right.
I have to take some ownership for that. I think. Now, if somebody starts touching my hair, that's totally different.
Right.
But in terms of,
Or if they were like, "Oh, what kind of dye do you..." Have you ever... Let me ask you this. Have you ever been minding your own business, going to the grocery store, maybe you're in a bad mood, maybe you're feeling funky, you know, you got to go get some of that itch cream or whatever, and you're just not like feeling super social or wanting to interact with people, and you're just a normal guy going to this pharmacy to go get some stuff. And have you ever, pre-COVID probably, been approached by someone who's like, "Dude, I love your hair. What kind of dye do you use? Oh, where do you buy it at?" And they start like harassing you with a bunch of questions about your hair color, and you're kind of like, "Whoa, I'm not here to answer your questions about hair color right now. I'm trying to mind my own." But have you ever felt like bombarded by it?
I have never been a normal guy going to the grocery store. However, when I do go to the grocery store and I am not feeling like with my full energy and presence and power, I sometimes will wear a hat. Because
see, I never learned that trick.
Because I do feel like, especially, I mean, one of the reasons I have pink hair is because I feel like it plays against gender stereotypes, and it's less so now than when I started doing it. Pink is a little bit more appropriate for men now, but 20 years ago,
because you paved the way for that.
Well,
thank you for making it okay for men to be pink
and many things in our culture, but. At the time, especially when I was younger, and it was more unusual to have colored hair, men to have colored hair, and men to have pink hair, or embrace pink. Like, if I go out into the world without feeling my strength and my power, I felt like I was more of a target, and I felt like it was. I think that people pick up on that, and especially like if I've had people yell "fag" at me many times, but I've never been jumped, and I feel like if I am in the world feeling like shrunken and not powerful and having a target on me that is inviting attention that I don't want. So
wow.
So if I'm feeling a little withered in my strength, I often will wear a hat.
See, this is part of the do you dare to dye your hair, because it gives you a target of sorts of attention that you may not always want. And same thing like with tattoos. Like, I love tattoos. I love how they look. And some more than others. And I've definitely been someone who would compliment somebody. I just love to give out compliments. I learned at festivals that giving compliments to people who you find beautiful and interesting and gorgeous and unique and expressed never is a bad idea, to just freely give out compliments to people. So I am all for giving compliments, which is why when someone says, "I like your hair," just in passing or whatever, I go, "Thank you so much." And I just constantly, I remember when we first started dating as well, I remember asking you, when I feel like the color isn't right, or I feel like my hair looks faded, I would often go, "Oh, you like it? Really? Oh, it looks so faded." And I would feel like this embarrassment about it. And then they would say, "No, it looks great. I love it." And I'd be like, "Oh, but that was before pastel colors were really popular. Now pastel is actually really popular, but my hair would be this vibrant color, and then it would fade to this pastel version, and I would feel like, oh, my hair looks bad. I need to do my hair."
But that's
when I would get the most compliments, and you taught me to just say, "Thank you. I'm glad you like it," even if I don't think it looks right. Just be glad for the compliment.
In general, anytime someone gives you a compliment, you never say,
"Oh, it's not."
No, it's
a lot of people do that though. But
you know, what's funny is that not so used to, but people saying, "Hey,
20
cool hair, I
years.
like your hair." Like that's not a super uncommon thing.
Right.
So I'll be like, "Hey, thanks." Like I just
Well, and it's funny, you and I walking
Wait.
together.
That's what.
Oh.
So, but there was a period, during our relationship where I have had normal hair, for example, or I've been wearing a hat, and we'll be walking, and people go, "Hey, cool hair," and I go, "Thank you," and I'm like, "Oh, they're not talking to me." Oh.
Or
I'm just so used to accepting the compliment.
or you we started going on walks around the block during lockdown, whatever 9 months ago. So we started making a habit to get out of the house and walk around the block from our neighborhood over to Kensington and back once or twice a day. And so when the weather was nice and warm, we're outside with no hats and just, going for a stroll. And here I am with like purple, blue, pink, and you've got pink, maybe some variation of blonde and different, shades. And we'd be walking together, doing our walk around the block. And we'd hear like, "Oh, I like your hair." And we'd both go, "Thanks." And then we'd be like, "Do you think they were talking to you or me? Which one were they talking to?" And sometimes we'd actually say, "Which one do you mean?" And they'd go, "I meant him, but oh, your hair is cool too."
It's interesting that during lockdown, with mask wearing, I almost always wear a hat when I go out, especially by myself. Like in the morning when I take a walk around the block every morning, I always have a hat, and it's unfortunate.
Is that because
the reason,
of bedhead or because of color?
The reason is because of the dynamic of mask to mask interaction with people, and I find the social aspect of it so often uncomfortable, and I don't want any more attention. I don't want people looking at me. I don't want to look at them, partially because of my vision. I don't wear my glasses because my glasses fog up with my mask.
Right.
And so I can't see if people are looking at me, and I don't want to not look at them, and so I don't want to have those weird dynamics, and I keep to myself, and I'd rather keep to myself, and it's a bummer. But back on track with exciting news. Yay, bright colors. And we're going to rinse this out and then make another video on your YouTube channel.
So this is part 1, and in part 2, we're going to show the finished product of well, maybe there will be a 3-parter.
I know we've already talked a lot more about hair than I thought we were for part 1.
Yeah, we're doing, I mean, thank you guys for being
tired.
here, and we do need to rinse our hair out, but please come closer to the camera and show them this. So I don't know if you guys can see this, but John added tiny little blue. Oh yeah, there we go. There. See how? Okay, so he put all the pink dye, and then we put some of my blue dye on the tips. So he's gonna have like little purpley tinted, frosty tips, which is gonna be exciting. Let's see how we'll have to see how it turns out.
Because it's gonna rinse out. We'll see what the tips do.
And mine, we just added color to the length of it to get some more blue in there because it was looking pretty purple. But please come over and subscribe to the Get Life Energy YouTube channel. I have enough subscribers that I've got my own URL, so now I'm youtube.com/
Is it in the description?
Get Life Energy. Did you put it in there for me, love?
I didn't.
I didn't put it in the description. I wanted to make sure I had the right thing, so I was going to go on to YouTube and make sure I get it.
Oh,
but
okay. So /C/Get Life Energy.
Yeah. So I'm youtube.com/ channel/Get Life Energy. Whee! And John's is HugNation, and
oh, that's on mine.
Oh, it worked. Did it work?
Yeah, but I need to do that here.
Oh, okay. So John's helping teach me how to do Facebook Lives that I then pull off of Facebook and put onto YouTube. But I'm excited to share with you guys on, I might do a video by myself where I literally show you the products that you need, the supplies that you need, and give you a full-on rundown of what it is. What is the commitment of coloring one's hair? Because from time to time, especially over the past 2 years, I was like, you guys, should I just go back to just my natural color and just look natural and look professional? And I've had so many friends say, you can have colorful hair. You work for yourself. You're allowed to. Your job doesn't prevent you from. And they also say things like, it really suits your personality, Becca. It looks amazing. Why not? And I was like, okay, all right. I'll keep at this labor of love and this.
Well, let's talk more about that in part 2. And hey, I need to not only rinse my hair in the bathroom, I need to do something else in the bathroom. So can we wrap this up?
Yes. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for part 2 with it. Once we're rinsed out, we're going to show off the the color, and maybe I'll do a part 3 tomorrow with when it's dry in the daylight, so you can see the finished product by the light of day. But yeah, if you dare dye your hair, we both have a lot of information for you, but we're going to send you all to this video series rather than answering your questions from this point forward. That's what I'm making this for, babe.
Look at this. Marketing 101.
Yes.
Just rocking it.
So thank you for teaching me how to be a YouTubey and Facebooky, and I love you.
Love you.
And I'm sorry I got blue dye in your nose. But we'll see you guys in the next one.